So yesterday we started looking in the 23rd Psalm, verse 6. It says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." So yesterday we saw this, that goodness will follow me. When I trust God, I'm going to do what's right, and as a result of that, the blessings of obedience will flow into my life. And it's interesting, it says, they will follow me. So we obey God, then the blessings come. The blessings don't come first, they come after. But He also says, not only will the blessings follow me, but mercy will follow me. Mercy is God giving us something we don't deserve. You see, even as we try to follow God and we try to obey Him, you know what the reality is? In all of our life, we are going to stumble and we are going to fall. Sometimes I hear people say, I just want what I deserve. And I think, no, you don't. I don't. Because the reality is all of us have fallen, all of us fail, all of us stumble, all of us mess up. And David's promise is not just will God's goodness follow us, but so too does His mercy. God's grace and mercy follow us. And that doesn't remove the consequences of our choices, but it does mean that God will begin to work in the midst of my failure, in the midst of my brokenness, to bring about something new and restored. And so these two ideas of goodness and mercy follow us. And I think about the story I read of the building of the Golden Gate Bridge, and they said the people were up there over that great chasm, and there was a great fear of falling and dying, and finally someone had an idea. And they hung this huge net from the first bridges to use a safety net when they were building it. And they hung this huge net over the chasm. And they said two interesting things happened. Well, the first thing that happened was several people jumped in the net to see if it would hold. And once they decided that it would, two things happened. Number one, the men started working much faster and they finished the bridge quicker than they had expected. The second thing was no one else fell. That safety net there, that security there, gave them confidence to work without the fear of failure. And you know what? God's mercy and grace allow us the same thing. It allows me to seek Him and to pursue Him and to pursue His righteousness and His standards, but understanding that there are times I'm going to slip and I'm going to fall, and that when I do that, I will not be utterly cast down. Philip Yancey made an interesting statement on Jesus' Sermon on the Mount and Jesus' life, and he said, we see two things with Jesus. Number one, Jesus never lowered God's standard. He never said God's standard's too hard, they're going to fail to keep it perfectly. No, He never did that. He never lowered God's standard. But He also never failed to offer grace to those who failed to reach that standard. And so we should go on to seek God, to pursue Him, but we also need to remember that we're going to stumble, we're going to fall, and when we do, the mercy and grace of God are there to catch us.